So a good 45 minutes into this clearing our house area, I should say. Kind of make some headway. Chainsaw makes quick work. So we go from there to there. Down to there. And you can just barely see that one right there. And back to this. So we're going to keep clearing this out. All right, guys, Sunday, and we're burning. That's almost gone. It's like 3/4 of the way done what was there this morning. So I've been doing that. Uh, our weather has left us in the lurch. Now it's only about 36 out, and it's 2 in the afternoon, and it's just not warming up today. So good day for burning all this debris and stuff. So it's keeping me warm. Shannon's up in the woods. She keeps coming down here and warming up, but she's laying a string line for our road, and actually laying the string line for our trench, because the trench is going to go a little bit different than the road. So she's up there doing that right now. Hey guys, we are putting in our fence line, getting back to that now. So it's Monday, what is it, November 13th, 14th, something. But as you can see, that's our property line in the back. North.
East corner.
Southeast? Okay, I'm totally wrong. Southeast. And
that pink.
Basically I have these spread 10 feet apart, and we'll pound them in. And what you use is this post pounder. Weighs about 20 pounds or so, so it's a pretty good workout. If I can get this on here. So what you do is just bring this down, and it keeps pounding it nice and evenly, and you go to where this is totally buried into the ground. So. All right, there's where we started. Got about 10 of them in. And 35 more to go. Actually 25. So we had 35 total. Then we can bring the fence up to this corner of the property, and that way all we have is the back side of our property, and we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to do it about maybe 20 feet apart, and we're going to take just a couple of things of barbed wire or just some stranded wire and put it across there with some signage. There's nobody back there now. Somebody bought that 20 acres back here, but from what we can tell, they also bought this house as a rental, which is next to us here. And like I said, I think I told you Bill's grandson lives here with his girlfriend. So, and they said they don't have any plans right now for it. So that's cool. All right, we just picked up our pipe. This is 3-inch PVC conduit for electrical. Gray is electrical, white is plumbing. And they got the bell ends, so one piece fits in the next piece, so you don't have to have couplings all along. You just glue that up real quick. Borrowed, of course, from Bill, the trailer. He let us use this trailer, hooked it up to Shannon's truck, and we got 70 of these, so we're on our way back. All right, guys, we made it back to the property. It was about an hour and a half from here, so we had to tie everything down. And on the way back, we picked up one right by the yard that had our culvert, which is going to go in this trench right here, and that'll start our driveway up. And that way this trench, when it rains and stuff especially, goes down that hill there and out. So we'll continue that and drive over that, put some gravel on there. So that's that. And then those are the 70 10-foot sticks, which make up 700 feet, which is roughly going to be when they put this pole in right here in the corner, and then we trench all the way up here, and then about 300 more feet up into there, up to the house site. So that's where we're at. And now I get my little workout in and get to unload this right here. All right, so I'm up at the home site, and we actually have a meeting with the electric utility here in town on Friday. So what we decided to do is as you know, we laid out our road and then we're also gonna we laid out this yellow string here, this rope, to signify our trench. So it doesn't necessarily follow the road, because what you want to do is save on money and make that trench go as straight as possible. It's got to be within 15 feet of the road, we were told, but we can go straight out and save on pipe, because that pipe that I showed you earlier was $65 for a 10-foot stick. So add that up and you're a little over 5,000 that we spent on just the pipe to go up here. Then we pay $2.89 a foot for the electric company to put their line in that pipe. Then we can fill our trench back in, and we'll have power up to here. So it is expensive, but we feel it's worth it going underground because of these things all around here. And down in Tennessee, their winter is not snowstorms, but ice storms. So we want to be prepared on that end of it. So what we did is, you can see the pink ribbons that we showed the other day, and I'm starting to, you can kind of see a path, because we've been up and down this now a bunch of times. So it is starting to form out. We just can't dig the road yet, because we got to make sure the permit for the septic can go up here, and they do their soil sample, and we're waiting on that too. So it's a lot of irons in the fire right now, but we're trying to make the best of it and do what we can. So yeah, there you have it. And that string is going down. It is going straight, only it curves a little to hook on a tree just so we can keep it above ground. But if you, from my vantage point, it's pretty straight forward here. So, and then I'll go and show you where we're gonna show him Friday where we'd like our transformer, and that'll be this clear spot right here. And I marked it with a T, spray painted it. So we're gonna show them that that's where so the trench will come up here and kind of curve into here. You got to dig that out, make sure it's nice and level. They'll put their transformer there. It'll be a green box like you see underground electric. And then we'll come off of that and follow this. And this will be our trench to trench our electric to our house. So past that red stake up there, about another 30 feet or so, we'll have the house, and panel will go right on the outside. So here in Tennessee, they want their service panels on the outside of the house. So not like a lot of places where I'm from, New York, Wyoming, where we have that property, panels, they'd rather have the breakers inside. So here they have them outside. So different laws in different parts of the country, but I just wanted to show you that. So we'll see on Friday. About halfway down, and this shows you, it does go fairly straight. You can see, you can't see it, but it goes into that clearing, then straight across our field, another 400 feet, and to the corner of our property and the pole that they'll attach it to. So, and then the road meanders like that because we want that to curve a little and stuff. So, and also we found out from the electric company that you don't want to put 90s in when you're pulling this size of cable. You'd like it as straight as possible. They don't mind bends, little bends in the, not perfectly straight, but definitely no 90s. So as you can see, the power company has put our pole in. That's ours, that newer looking one right there. And then that's actually on our property now. So we'll trench from there all the way up into the woods where we want the house. And we're just ready to meet with our AUB engineer to ask him just a couple more questions, go over a plan, what he wants from us digging this trench and that sort of thing, just so we get it right. So when he comes back to inspect, everything's set. So progress is being made today. Yay. Okay guys, we got our okay from the electric company, our engineer, that we can start digging our trench. So today's Friday afternoon, and we got this for the weekend, a little trencher excavator. What we're doing now, because it's so cold out, we're trying to lay our water line out to stretch them both out 600 feet in the sun and get it all flat so we can stick it in our trench nicely. And we got to start right here in the morning, right there, and follow pretty much the road all the way down to where we turn up into the woods and then go up into the woods. So, and then also we got a trench from our new pole right there all through our field and up into the woods. So, and once they meet in the woods, they okayed us to put them in the same trench, water and electric, just keep them a foot apart, and we're pretty good. So we're gonna get started. All right, good morning guys. Just got back from Lowe's, got some supplies, and Shannon is already out there, hole right in front of her, and she started digging. She's probably a good 15 feet into it, and you can't see it, but there's a string line with some more of those pink flags, and it comes all the way up to right here. Then it goes into our woods here. We're hoping to at least get up to here in the woods a little today, but we also have to trench back from almost a little behind the RV there down here, but that's a small trench just for that water line. Only has to be in the ground a foot, so that should be easier. And then tomorrow our plans are up in the woods here to follow that rope right here. That's that yellow rope right there, and that we will follow tomorrow, but we're thinking that's going to be slower. It's about the same, it's a little shorter distance than where she is to where I am right now up in the woods, but we think it'll be slower somewhat with trees in the way and maybe some roots and stuff, but we'll just see. We'll do the best we can. We got it all day tomorrow too, so. Okay, so far this is what we got. Pipe is starting to be in the ground. Took me a while. I had to clean up around that pole by hand, and then they wanted it out about 2 feet sticking out of the ground, and that rope you see will go follow the whole tube, as you see right here. That'll go all the way down. Shannon's done. She's probably almost 2/3 of the way across our field. And today we just wanted to get up to the woods, so up there. But I can catch up with her now because it's every 10 feet I just glue a piece of pipe together, so it's going quick now. So it just took me a while to get that. So the reason for the yellow string that you saw that I'm pulling through all this conduit is they're going to tie their cable to it out at the road here, and then they'll go all the way to the end with some machine, and it pulls on that stuff and pulls that cable right through this whole thing. And like we got 300 feet, and then we got a break, and then we have another 300-400 feet, and it'll be up to the house. So that's the way they wanted to do it. They're very specific on their directions, so it's pretty straightforward what we have to do if we want to do it ourselves. So it's not complicated. They gave us printed out sheets and diagrams how to do the pipe and how they want to see it on the posts up here and stuff. So it's actually pretty straightforward. Give you an update on our trench here. We're just coming up on 300 feet, and I probably have 240 feet of conduit in here. Let's see if I can get you a shot. They're 10-foot sticks, so it's a couple 3, and I'm 30 feet up down the road, so it goes pretty quick. But she is right beyond the truck there, and that pine tree, that's about 300 feet. And that'd be great if we got to that. We got a little after 4:30. It's usually just about dark at about 5:30, 5:45 nowadays. We'd like to get up to the pile of conduit there. That's where the woods begin. And then tomorrow our goal is to get that water pipe from right about there, get that in the ground. But that's only got to be a foot in the ground, so that'll be easier tomorrow. And it's a wet, spongy soil, so I think it'll dig better. that Tennessee South red clay, and I mean, this thing goes through it, but it makes it pretty tough. You can tell. All right, day 2 of our trench, but it is cold. There's a nice north wind coming today, so we are bundled. And we actually waited a little for the sun to come up and kind of warm that frost off the grass and everything. So, but we only have to get to the woods, and then we're gonna go down behind and start the water pipe, and that's our goal today, is to get that in the ground. And we actually met the guy who takes our hay, and his brother does this stuff full time. So he came over yesterday, and you know, one thing led to another, and he's gonna do the woods because we were kind of, you know, we're inexperienced at this, and if somebody can get it done quicker, roots and stuff in trees, taking trees down, he knows how to do all that, set it all aside real quick. He says he could do it in probably less than a day, get up there. And he's gonna do it over Thanksgiving and stuff. So that was kind of a cool thing, and decent price that he offered us, so we're gonna go with it. And but we got a lot of it done yesterday, and hopefully most of it today, and then we'll just be in the woods laying the pipe down. He's just gonna make the excavation holes and stuff, the trench, and we're gonna do the rest. So it's cold out here this morning. We actually waited for the sun to come up and warm it up just a little, but it's a good breeze coming out of the north today, and it's low 20, it's probably still like around 32 degrees out, so we're bundled up today. All right guys, we switched from down at that trench where our electric would go, up there, and then these are our water lines that we got to put in, 600 feet. And 2 years ago when we were here, we had our meter put in at the road way down there, and we trenched it up to this hydrant right here, and that's when we hook our RV hose up so we can have water in our RV. So what I did, we put that in 2 years ago. I put a shutoff buried in the ground here, and it's down in there about, maybe a foot, and you can shut that hydrant off then. So I got that shut off, and then Shannon is digging our new line, so we uncovered where we ended, and that's that white PEX right there. So I'll cut that, put a coupler in there, and join that first 100 feet of pipe that you see out here. Trying to keep it in the sun so it stays warm and lays flat, because they're a pain in the butt if they're all wound up. See how that other one's wound up? I'm not going to be using that one today, so we'll unwind that, put it on for Thanksgiving, and that'll go up next week up in the woods. So this first 300 that you see laying flat there, I'll start putting that in this trench then, and Shannon will just backfill as we go. That'll be buried. That'll take us, that's going to take us close to right up in the woods where we want to go. So that's what we're working on today. If we can get that far today, that'd be awesome. Guys, let me show you. I cut off, we had a plug in that, in this line first, so water wouldn't come out, obviously. So when we're ready to hook up for the house, so I cut that plug off, and now I've put a coupler in. And this is how PEX works. These couplers, this has the exact same size inside in here also. And then you put this ring over it, and it basically goes right about there, but in this pipe here. And then this tool is a crimping tool, PEX crimping tool. So you put that over that, just like a pair of pliers almost, and then you just take your hands, one hand here, one hand here, crimp it together, and it's as good as, like 2 years ago, that's what we had to do. Like for a shut off here, I got a shut off out at the road, and it's held. So it's actually really easy to work with and pretty straightforward. And then what'll take place is that the new 100 feet of line that'll start going down this trench that Shannon's excavating right now out there. And we only have to go down about 18 inches to be safe here. So I'll put the new line on there and we'll let it run. And I do have a couple shutoffs that I'm going to put work in the way, just in case you ever have a leak. It's good to have a couple of shutoffs along the way so you can shut certain areas off. Morning, everyone. Just week of Thanksgiving, Tuesday. We leave tomorrow for our Thanksgiving plans. And we did finish this trench, got our water pipe in there. What you see, the water pipe that is on the grass here, that's gonna go up in the woods and finish that. So we'll have water up to our house site, and then we're having a guy that we know excavate up in the woods for the trench for this water, and as well as the electric. They can go in the same trench as long as they're a foot apart. So he's going to take care of that for us while we're gone. And then when we get back next week, we'll finish putting the conduit in the ground, the water pipe in the ground, backfill that, and then it's the power company that's just got to hook our power up to there. I'll put a pole in, temporary pole in, up to our home site, and we'll have power and water up there, so that's cool. And that's one of the big things we wanted to get done. Shannon will be leaving mid-December to do an assignment in California. So I'll stay here and do some other projects. I got some work to do on the barn, some fencing. We got to finish that fencing. We did put those T-posts in, but haven't gotten back to that. So we got a lot of little things open-ended here that hopefully we'll be finishing here in the next couple of weeks. But I just wanted to wrap this video up. You got to see a lot of different things. Our home site, where we picked that out and started clearing that out. That's another thing I'll be doing, is clearing that a little bit more, so we can get up there and just start planning our little foundation that we got to put in, footers, that sort of thing. But everybody have a great Thanksgiving, be safe, and hit the like button, and appreciate you watching these videos. So, and we'll be showing you us filling in this trench and getting everything back and having utilities up to the home site.